What up, y'all? Hope y'all had a great week, man. Mine was fantastic. All right, before we begin, do me a favor. You already know what time it is. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that post notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the things I drop on YouTube. All right, so I have some thoughts today, as I do all the time. My brain is like a processor. I just go through wild, myriad thoughts about any and everything. Today, I was listening to some motivational stuff, some different podcasts, whatever. And the way that my brain operates is I'll hear something and then I'll start to unpack it and process that thing. And I kind of like tune everything else out. So I don't remember specifically what the person on the podcast, who they were, or what they were talking about. I do remember is where my brain went, where my thought process took me. So I began thinking about all of the different things that I've tried in my life. And this is something that used to discourage me quite a bit. And something I've been maligned for. And there's this weird thing first in our culture that if you do not hit a home run the first time out of the park with something, that you shouldn't try multiple things until you find something that either you enjoy, that you're good at, whatever. It's not applauded to explore, especially as a young man. I did this a lot, made a lot of mistakes. But anyway, the point that I wanted to make and what landed on my heart that I wanted to share with y'all today is the fire that I was afraid of, that fight, the struggle that was in front of me when I hit my bottom. And see, I thought that I'd hit my bottom multiple times. I mean, I'm talking about prison sentences, jail sentences, fines, homelessness, couch surfing, relationships ending, familial bridges being burned, etc. Fights and just all kinds, whatever you can think of, it went on in my life. I thought that I'd hit the bottom until I reached a point where I was like, I could see a distance in the path that was far enough that it didn't take a genius or rocket scientist to figure out which was going to be, while both painful, which was going to be the much harder and most painful path, right? I could see that from my bottom, where I was, it was completely possible to fall off the floor and sink even lower. I looked at the other path and I realized like this is going to be hard. And there was a lot of uncertainty and unknown. And that's tough for me, as it is for a lot of us. I chose the unknown path versus the known path. After coming through the fire, and I'm telling y'all, I went through it. I've shared some of it, and I'll share some more detail later about a lot of the other stuff I went through to get to where I'm at right now. I have gone through the fire. This isn't a rap. This isn't a spiel. You know what I'm saying? This isn't like a rehearsed speech. I'm sharing with you my real life experiences. I have gone through the fire, from the pits of despair, drug addiction, prison, homelessness, family destruction, etc. And I'm witness to you today. This is my testimony. That fight to get here, much less painful, hard, difficult, trying, challenging. I wanted to quit so many times. I know in my heart, because I was there, I stood at that crossroads, this is much less painful. The alternative, there's no hope. In the alternative, there's no advancement, there's no progress. As I say in some programs, jails, institutions, and death, I would have been lucky if I would have saw more jails and institutions. Lucky. One of the last times I left the hospital, the doctor said, if you continue to drink and use drugs the way that you do, and I don't want to say this to you, but I have to. It's my job. Your liver will last you another year and a half. And I wasn't even 40 years old yet. That's crazy. Now you tell me, which is going to be harder? I could have just sat there, and I did. After receiving that message, I left and I got loaded again and again and again and again and again. Until I didn't. What's the point I'm trying to make? That cyclops, that monster, that fear, whatever it is, It can't be worse than what you're going through right now. Are you hurting right now? Are you in pain right now? I'm sure that you are. I was there. I get it. I know 100% the feelings and emotion that you feel right now, the discouragement. I get it. I don't know how else to articulate this. One step. My higher power was there. We made a deal. Well, he kept his promise. I made the deal. God doesn't make deals. He makes promises and he keeps them. I started walking, shaky and afraid, beat down, tired, and unsure. And I would look back certain that I'd been abandoned again, because that was the story of my life. That's been the narrative of my life. The other shoe always fucking drops. Always. But never at the hand of my higher power. He never dropped a shoe on me. And he hasn't. You wait long, you wait wrong. That's what my dad used to tell me. The life you deserve is just on the other side of this bullshit. You're worth it. Peace, y'all.